Cassandra Fuller here, and as you can see, I am missing my co-host. He is out this week, so it is a Cassandra Fuller show today. So should be make for an interesting show. We do have a full lineup. We're going to be talking with retired Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Lane. There is a special July 2nd event coming up, an Independence Day celebration and flag retirement ceremony that we'll hear about. And then we're going to talk to Lauren Pritchard Cobb, who is also known as LOLO. She'll give us a little bit of information. I think she has a new song coming out, so stay tuned for that. And we're also going to have her as our entertainment today. So she'll be singing quite a few songs with us. Amy Garner is here. She is Chief Compliance and Communications Officer with West Tennessee Healthcare. We're going to get a little bit of information about our COVID numbers and how the vaccine is affecting those, and if there's vaccines still available, appointments, and all the COVID information that you could want. And then James Christopherson and his wife Kelly are here because he is going to talk to us about this new Wow wagon. So that's all I'm going to say about that, because I'm going to let him tell you about that. And then with the Leadership Jackson class of 21, we'll talk to Nick Hayes, who's the chair, and David Knack. He is co-chair, because it's time for nominations. So we want to get folks to get those nominations in for Leadership Jackson class of 21. And then Elaine Christian is here because the Jackson-Madison County Library Foundation has an event coming up at St. Luke's Episcopal Church, and it is a spiritual journey to the Himalayas. So it should be very interesting. We'll hear from Elaine about that. And then we're going to talk to Kristen and Chris Gray. They are the co-chairs of the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life that's coming up right around the corner. It's July the 23rd. So we want you to hear all about that and get signed up for that. There's so many events going on. So stay tuned, and we're going to learn all about them on this Six in the City.
As the COVID-19 vaccines become available, you might be asking yourself, should I get it? And if I do, will I be able to go about life without putting my family at risk? You've got questions, and that's normal. The fact is, the vaccines are safe and effective. They're going to save lives. To get the latest on the COVID-19 vaccines, visit getvaccineanswers.org, because getting back to the moments we miss starts with getting informed. It's up to you.
As we all take care and precautions, practicing social distancing with more time at home, we may find ourselves using more broadband too, relying on internet, television, and telephone services to stay connected to work, school, and family. JA is working hard to keep our customers, employees, and families safe while bringing vital services during this time. Keeping you connected to the essential broadband services Jackson's homes and businesses depend on is one thing you can count on at JEA today.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Welcome back to Six in the City. Thanks for that, Thomas. July 4th is right around the corner. So we've got an event that's coming up, really back-to-back events that's coming up July the 2nd. And we have retired Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Lane with us. He is actually the keynote speaker for the Independence Day celebration event. So Joseph, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be with you.
All right, so our first event that we've got to talk about is the Independence Day celebration, and it's coming up. It's at the VFW 6496, which is at 285 Airways, and it is on July the 2nd. So what can we expect at this event?
Well, what you can expect at this event, it's open to the general public. We've not really had an Independence Day program just to welcome the birth of our country. I mean, we usually will do the Memorial Day or a Veterans Day and other events. We just skip that. So this year at the Post, the VFW Post, we decided to not only do a program about our birthday and kind of where our country has been and where it's going, And that's part of the program that I'll be speaking about. And then what's real important is for the community that may have some flags that are no longer serviceable that can be flown. There's an actual program in retiring that flag, and that is going to be open to the public to come and bring their unserviceable flags, and we're gonna show the community how you retire that.
Okay, and for those who don't know, what exactly do you mean by unserviceable?
Unserviceable means it's tethered, it's faded, it's torn, just no longer can be flown or would not be presentable on a flagpole or out for the general public.
And both of these events are held at the VFW and are, like you said, free and open to the public. Um, is there any specific way that that people need to bring their flags to the event?
No, ma'am. They can be in a garbage bag. They can be
Okay.
a plastic bag. It can be folded, not folded. They can bring it to us, whatever means that's deemed for them.
Okay, so we're not gonna get smacked on the wrist if we bring our tattered flag in like a grocery bag or a garbage bag, right?
I have got several hundred that have already been brought to me in boxes and in waste or trash bags. But
Well,
that's
this is
okay.
Well, this is exciting. So what exactly happens at the flag retirement ceremony?
What will happen is we will have a set of tables set up, and those that are bringing their flags obviously can hang on to them. We have others in the community that are going to just show up and be participants in helping us retire those flags. And by us retiring them, there will be a ceremony that the post commander Cobb will educate everybody before we start about how you'll walk up to the table with that flag, or to receive a flag, you will salute it, and then it will be placed in a receptacle that we'll have set up, which will be a burn pit, a burn barrel. I'm not sure just yet. It's under construction. And then after that's done, as you salute that and it's placed into that fire, once that fire has extinguished, the post commander will collect all of those ashes from all of those flags that have been retired, and that will be buried to be determined at a later date at his farm.
Oh, wow. So it's definitely something that the public needs to take part in and actually, even if they don't have a flag, just to come out and be a spectator.
Oh,
And
absolutely. And that's why we're doing it on Friday, July the 2nd, 9 o'clock. We knew we were going into a holiday weekend, and we just wanted the community to have an opportunity where a lot of them are not traveling yet, obviously on a Friday, and the city leaders and our elected officials, if they wanted to be there as well. So it's going to be a great morning, a great day, not only to celebrate the birth of our independence, but that flag retirement ceremony for the community.
most definitely. So everybody needs to be down at the VFW 6496. It's on 285 Airways. The event starts at 9 o'clock. We'll have the Independence Day celebration, and then immediately following, we'll have the flag retirement ceremony. Be sure to bring your flags that you'd like to have retired to the event, and they'll take care of everything. So Lieutenant Colonel, thank you so much for being here with us and for letting us know about the event, and should be a great event right before the 4th.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you all. Bye.
All right. Well, we look forward to talking with Lauren Pritchard Cobb when we come back with this Six in the City.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to E+ broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. E+ broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries.
Our fight against coronavirus isn't over. We still have to slow the spread and do our part. Let's wear face masks in public. Stay 6 feet or more from others. Follow state and local guidelines. Wash our hands frequently. And stay home when we feel safe. For ourselves, for our loved ones, for our future. Let's move forward together. Learn more at coronavirus.gov.
Well, what? I have to talk.
Welcome back to Six in the City. We're just having a little bit of fun with Lauren here. So joining us today, we're going to sit down and talk to her, and then we're going to hear music from her, is none other than Lauren Pritchard Cobb, otherwise known as LOLO around here. So
Hi.
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, things are going well. They're doing good. So
Good.
just glad to be here. So I hear
Yeah,
you've
feel
got
that.
quite a few things going on that you want to promote.
Yeah, it's never a dull moment over here.
I bet.
Yeah, so this Saturday, I'm super excited because my favorite store, the Lost Reserve, my favorite clothing store here in town, it's owned and run by Chase Walker, and we are partnering together to do a music and sort of goodies pop up, if you will. It's going to be on Saturday. Everything kicks off at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to play from 11 until 12 before it gets super hot outside, but the whole event goes till about 5. And there's a plethora of different pop-ups. They are located on North Highland, just before you get to the Walgreens and the CVS intersection.
Yeah.
And there's parking in the back, which is where we're going to be set up and playing. But you can sort of, there's various places you can park to access where.
Okay, I was going to ask that question because it's not much in the front. So how do you get how do you get to the back side of the store?
Yeah, when you pass the store, the next street is called Tucker Street.
Yes, yeah.
You make a right on Tucker Street, and right before you get to the post office, or just when you pass the bank, there's a street there. And there's usually a sign that says the Lost Reserve this way with an arrow pointing. And there's
Gotcha.
a bunch of parking. There's a big parking lot behind it, and so that's where the pop up and everything's going to be set up and happening. And so it's just going to be me there playing a really intimate show, but I'm so excited because I don't really do that sort of intimate thing anymore in the live space. And I'm just going to be playing a whole bunch of new music that I've got coming out later this year. And I'm really excited to be sharing it, playing it. It's always a journey when you're playing new music and you don't really know what the response is going to be, and you hope it's going to be positive. And I've played music here that people are very familiar with and, sing along in the audience, that kind of thing. And so that's always fun, but it's definitely another thing to navigate when you're sharing,
True.
these songs.
That's true. Now, is this new music that you wrote during COVID or?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. Some of it is from pre-COVID, but it's just now coming out. Some of it would have come out last year had COVID not happened, but I decided the combination of me being pregnant and COVID and everything, like I just decided to be pregnant last year and have a baby. And
that's not a bad thing, that is being pregnant is enough. So
it is enough of an ordeal on its own that I decided to just let that be what I did last year.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Nothing wrong. And you've also got, you said you've got a new song coming out.
I do. I have a new song coming out in the middle of August. That's sort of when the first things will be coming out. And then I'm so excited because I'm going to be recording a rockabilly album.
Oh.
So we are going to be taking some of your really well-known rockabilly hits, if you will, including the Jackson, well-known blue suede shoes. And we're going to be giving them a LOLO spin.
Awesome.
And we're going to be recording it here in Jackson, Tennessee, the international home of rockabilly.
Of course, no other place to do it than here.
So, yeah, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And, creative life is interesting because
no doubt.
I want to do a lot of things, and everything kind of takes equal parts like time and money. And navigating how or when or why things should happen sometimes I'll be like, I want to do this now, and then something else comes up and that takes the place of another thing. And, you just kind of keep rolling with it. And
Gotta roll with the flow.
but we're going to be recording it the first week of August. We have some fancy people from New York City coming down to help us put it all together. And so we're excited to have them here in Jackson and host them here in Jackson and be able to make this record here. Yeah,
Well,
we're really looking forward.
speaking of excited, I'm excited to hear your new song. So I don't know what you're going to sing for us today, but regardless, it's going to be good. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you
All right.
and take it away.
I'm going to sing a new song that's coming out in August. The song is called Higher. We shot the video for it here in Jackson as well. So that will be coming out alongside the release of the single. And this song is, it's from the heart. I think that especially over the last year, what we all have experienced through COVID and the pandemic, and I think we've all learned a lot about ourselves and grown a lot. This song is, about weathering the storm and figuring out how to sort of rise above the things that we're going through, that we are much stronger, I think, than we realize we are when we're going through it. We don't necessarily realize how strong we are till we get to the other side.
Well, let's hear it.
I've seen many roads. I lost all control. And all the battles that I fought led me to where I belong. All I had to do was hold on. From the top of the mountain, from the crash of the lightning, with my heart beating loud, taking me higher. I won't look back, won't look down. There's no way, can't stop now that I'm stronger. Feeling the fire, taking me higher, taking me higher. Had my share of scars, heartbreak fall apart. But if you never take the lead, you never end up on your feet. All you gotta do is hold on. From the top of the mountain, from the crash of the lightning, with my heart beating loud, taking me higher. Won't look back, won't look down. There's no way, can't stop now that I'm stronger. Feeling the fire, taking me higher, taking me higher. From the top of the mountain, from the crash of the lightning, with my heart beating loud, taking me higher. Won't look back, won't look down. There's no way, can't stop now that I'm stronger. Feeling the fire, taking me higher, taking me higher, taking me higher, taking me higher.
The SOAR Award, System Operational Achievement Recognition, presented by the American Public Gas Association, recognizes forward-thinking natural gas utilities that continually improve operation capabilities, adapt to challenges, and the changing demands of safe, reliable natural gas distribution. In 2019, the APGA Gold SOAR Award was presented to the Natural Gas Division of JEA. System integrity, forward-thinking innovation, all a real part of JEA today.
At Southern Family Dentistry, we offer dental treatment for your entire family. We have the latest 3D digital x-ray system. We offer implants, veneers, teeth whitening, and all the other normal services you receive at the dental office. We have 2 offices, one in Milan and one in Jackson, and E+ broadband telephone services allows us to connect both of those offices. It doesn't matter which office the patient calls, we have the ability to speak to that patient at either location.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Welcome back to Six in the City. Be sure to get down to the Lost Reserve this Saturday, around 11 o'clock, so you can hear more of LOLO play. We're going to talk to Amy Garner. She is with West Tennessee Healthcare, and we're going to talk about none other than COVID. How's it going, Amy?
Well, I do have some good news.
Okay.
Even though nobody wants to talk about COVID or hear about COVID, I did want to share, because it's been a little while since I've talked to the public. I did want to share that things are going very well with regards to our COVID numbers here in Jackson. We actually only had 13 COVID patients today.
Wow.
With 5 of those in ICU and only 3 of those patients on a ventilator. And of course, 3 is way too many still, but
Right.
you know, we've come a long way. We had almost 200 patients at one time in December and January. And so I just wanted to share that this is where we are today, and the vaccines are working. So if you haven't had your vaccine, please go and get your vaccination.
You know, there are a lot of anti-vax folks out there. So what do you say to those folks that are just not willing to come forward and get those vaccines?
Well, I understand the hesitation, but I think that we've proven up to this point that the vaccine is safe, and it certainly has had an impact, almost 100% effectiveness against hospitalizations. So, you know, that in itself to me is just miraculous. If you don't have to be in the hospital, that means you aren't sick enough to be in ICU or to be on a ventilator, and it's saving lives. So that's my spiel about the vaccination. Please do your research, but please consider getting your vaccination.
Now, what about the vaccinations for the kids? What are we hearing about that?
Well, the vaccine is safe for children 12 and older now. And so we are seeing some people take advantage of that. Once again, that's a personal decision that you have to make for your family. I can tell you that my children have both been vaccinated, and we're very excited to get their vaccination because they've heard me talk so long about the seriousness of the virus. But you know, do your research. It is safe. There are some risks associated with it with children, but I'm hearing positive things about the treatment for those conditions that might be popping up in children that are younger. And so just talk to your pediatrician, talk to your family practice physician, and just get all of the information that you can about getting the vaccination.
Now, are appointments still being scheduled around town at the health department here for vaccines? And can the kids get the vaccines at the health department as well?
If I'm not mistaken, the Jackson-Madison County Regional Health Department is offering the vaccinations to anyone 12 and older, and I believe that they are accepting walk-ins, so you don't even have to have an appointment. We've also been giving vaccine to anyone that wants it, 12 and older, but we do schedule appointments for that. And we are actually having our last event tomorrow that we had scheduled, and we'll be giving the second dose for children that wanted the vaccine. So more to come. If we get additional doses, then we'll certainly try to roll those out to anybody who wants one in our community.
All right. Well, it sounds good. Everything is looking up. That's such great news that we have a low double-digit number of patients. So that's definitely a change from December that we had. So Amy, it's always good to hear good news from you. So we thank you for being on the show today, and look forward to hearing more good news from you in the future.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Right now, we're going to take it to the main stage where we're going to hear from LOLO.
I've been waiting on the phone to ring. I ain't so good about answering. Why am I always hiding when you show up? Sometimes your lover can be a friend, but sometimes lovers need to start again. Maybe I need to stop it up. If you wanna keep the diamonds that you bought me, you can have them. It'll give your mom a reason to smile, and we can keep on talking about how all we need is magic, but the misdirection follow the miles. Not gonna let you walk away without saying you're sorry. Without saying you're sorry. Oh, but I'm not. Well, you win one, then you lose them. You can tiptoe around every problem. You gave hospitality to the pain. Just being man enough to say you're wrong. 'Cause I don't expect you to change, no. I'm not gonna let you walk away without saying you're sorry. Without saying you're sorry. I'm not gonna let you walk away without saying you're sorry. No.
We are in an opioid crisis. More and more of our neighbors are dying from opioid overdoses. More than 1,300 Tennesseans in 2018 alone. You have the power to reverse this deadly trend. Because of the COVID-19 outbreak, Jackson Madison Prevention Coalition is now offering free Narcan training online and by phone. Narcan reversal kits are available. Contact Mark Mason at 731-694-0741. That's 731-694-0741. Don't let your loved one become a statistic.
For the most reliable drinking water supply at the highest quality, reach for the tap. Our tap water is safe and continues to exceed all government requirements. For more information about our drinking water, visit www.jaxenergy.com/JEACCR.
Move over. It's the law. When approaching work vehicles or crews, move over to create a safety zone. It protects utility workers, law enforcement, firefighters, and emergency personnel. It's not an option. Slow down. It could save a life. Stay safe. Move over.
Hi, I'm Kedrick Perkins, PGA General Manager at Jackson Country Club. Jackson Country Club's amenities are true Southern hospitality. Championship golf course, fine dining, 6 tennis courts, junior Olympic pool and fitness. We pride ourselves in giving our members the best. Choosing JEA was a logical choice so that we could tie in our phone, internet, and cable solutions so that we can advance our next segment of technology.
Welcome back to Six in the City. We're going to talk to James Christopherson and his wife, Kelly, because they are going to tell us about the Wow Wagon and a Rise to Read. How are you guys doing?
Good,
Great.
thank you.
Awesome. So what have we got going on with the Rise to Read, James?
All right, first thing we got going on, it's a name change.
Okay.
We're changing to the read team from
So
a
no
Rise to Read.
longer a
Yep,
Rise to Read,
yep.
we're the read team. Okay.
Same program emphasis, helping second graders increase their reading skill.
Okay.
So we're going to do it in a couple ways. Kelly can tell you why we need to do that.
All right.
We all probably know that we have a bit of a challenge in Jackson, and that in our lower economic, what do you want to call it? Just the lower economic portion of our schools 80% of our kids are not prepared for second grade when they start second grade.
80%. Wow.
Our little screen that we do, and also then the school's testing supports that and it's mainly where I'm talking literacy. I don't know about all other areas, but literacy would be, of course, a huge one. And then the other problem, so we have kids who are not able to read come second, third grade. And then the other problem is that we are lacking books in homes. That for the average middle class home, they have 13 books for every age appropriate child. I said that totally wrong. They have 13 age appropriate books for every child.
Okay.
I'm just so nervous being on TV. And in our lower socioeconomic homes, there's one book for every 300.
Oh, wow.
Families, basically.
Children. So that's like playing a basketball game where one group has 13 balls and 300 kids share one ball on another court.
Yeah.
So even if their reading skills were up to snuff, they wouldn't have any materials to pick up and read. It's just a sad, unfortunate situation.
So here's. Did you have a question for me, Cassandra? Because
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
We believe every child deserves every opportunity to learn how to read, right?
Right, exactly.
Jackson would agree with that. So we do two things. We think it's a fixable problem. Okay. Number one, first, the public schools are doing a great job. They're just doing a great job. But the two ways we do is we mobilize the community to go into the schools and coach these kids. And we need volunteers for that. So Kelly, tell them real quick what we do.
We raise up volunteers and we go into the school during the school day. So you have to have a bit of time during the school. And we are so fortunate to be allowed to do that. And yes, you commit to 1 hour a week. It's the same school, same everything. And in that 1 hour, you will coach consecutively 2 second graders for 30 minutes each. And coaching simply means that you are helping them increase their sight word base of knowledge. There's sight words that are necessary for reading when you read, and they need someone to help increase their sight word knowledge.
All right. Well, speaking of sight words and books, we've got just a couple of, I don't even think we got a couple of minutes. We got a minute left. So we want to show this video that you've got of the Wow Wagon.
Go for it. There you go.
Let's. Okay, so James, how do people get involved with Team Read?
Well, two ways. First way is you go to theteamread.org, and click Change a Life Now. You do a real quick registration. We put you into our system. We'll train you for an hour, probably August-ish. You'll start September-ish, but you need to go to thereadteam.org, Change a Life Now. And if you want to get involved in the Wow Wagon, Words on Wheels, you can donate books. We're always looking for book donations. You can take them to RIFA and drop them off there anytime you want. And also on our website, let's say you want to buy some new books, we'll have the top 10 recommended books. So bottom line is, folks, let's care for our community. Let's be the hands and feet of Jesus.
Theteamread.org.
Thereadteam.org.
Thereadteam.org for all the information. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for doing this Wow Wagon, which is Words on Wheels, and for doing the Team Read. We definitely appreciate it. I know the children do as well. So look forward to hearing many more positive things coming from you guys in the future. So
thank you.
We'll be back
All right.
with more Six in the City.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Here at the Emergency Operations Center, we rely on E+ broadband fiber network to better serve Madison County. With high-speed internet, we track storms and natural disasters in real time. Also, fiber internet gives us the speed to host training classes preparing responders from all over the county and state. The phone system allows us flexibility to stay in contact and make conference calls with both in and out of the office with local, state, and federal agencies. Connectivity is an important part of emergency management.
Want to receive account information via text? When you enroll in JA Alerts, you can. Text to get a bill balance, due date, set a payment extension, receive an outage notification, reply to report an electric outage. Text JOIN, J-O-I-N, text JOIN to 53248, 53248. Cell phone number must be current and attached to your JA account. Visit jaxenergy.com/textalerts for more information.
With E+ broadband and Watch TV everywhere, you can now take your TV on the go. Just visit watchTVEverywhere.com to sign up. Then you're all set to catch your favorite shows, movies, and sports wherever and whenever you want on any internet-connected device. Choose from our growing selection of networks from your cable package at no extra charge. Visit watchTVEverywhere.com to learn more. It's easy to sign up for E+ broadband's TV Everywhere.
Just another note on the Wow Wagon, which is Words on Wheels. It is kind of like a bookmobile. It is a giving library and not a lending library. So the kids get to actually come in and pick 2 books of their own to have for free. So again, welcome to Leadership Jackson's chair and co-chair, class 21. We have Nick Hayes and David Knack. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
Wonderful. How are you doing today?
So far, so good. It's beautiful outside, so I'm stuck inside at work, but that's okay. Everything's still good.
That's right.
So we got nominations for Leadership Jackson going on?
Yes, ma'am. They're going on through July 15th at leadershipjackson.com. Through July 15th, everybody that is nominated will get a application. Application's filled out online, and then everyone that applies will get an opportunity to be interviewed for Leadership Jackson this year.
So for folks who don't know, can they nominate themselves, or do they have to be nominated? How's that work, Nick?
Yeah, so nominations are placed either by the decision maker in the business. So if you own your own business, you can nominate yourself. Otherwise, your supervisor should make plans to nominate you.
All right, and those nominations can be done online at leadershipjackson.com.
That's right.
Well, that's an easy enough process. So tell us a little bit about the Leadership Jackson 21.
Well, we're going to be getting back to the more of a normal year post the pandemic world of last year.
Yeah, because 2020 posed a little bit of a different scenario for Leadership Jackson. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
But you made it through.
We're going to go back to the 13-week schedule like it's been in the past with a mandatory 2-day opening retreat. So we're excited. We've got a good lineup this year of speakers already committed, and we're just really looking forward to getting back to the regular routine.
So in those, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say most of the days are on Wednesdays, 8 to 5. So people that are participating, we're going to lose that day from work, but it is definitely well worth the time and energy.
So most definitely a commitment from the side of the nominee. So definitely want to take that into consideration before even being nominated. So in those 13 weeks, what all is covered? Just some of the subjects that are covered.
Sure. So there's kind of 2 halves of it. One piece of Leadership Jackson is a leadership development program. So participants hear from community leaders on skills like time management, like leadership, like how to work together in a multi-generational or in a diverse group. And so there's great lessons from folks who have made this the best thing that they do in their professional lives. But then on the community side, which is, how do we love Jackson better? How do we become better, more productive members of this community? We hear from people who are involved in criminal justice, who are involved in healthcare, who are involved on the nonprofit side of things, who are involved in government. And so you get a really great perspective on who are the people who are already making a huge difference in Jackson and how can I get involved?
And you get sounds like you get a really good perspective on the city of Jackson itself.
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome. So everybody needs to get their nominations in by July the 15th. You can go to leadershipjackson.com to make their nominations. And how let's see, how do I put this? How did you guys do what? I'm sorry.
It's smartphone friendly to be able to nominate someone. You don't have to do it from a desktop.
Gotcha. Oh, that's good. Mobile friendly. So you guys survived class of 20, and David, I know you graduated. Nick, you were co-chair of class of 20. So how is going from co-chair to chair a little different?
Well, one of the things that we were able to do, of course, we learned a lot last year coming through the pandemic world. We all learned more about Zoom. We're pretty proud that we were able to keep David's class safe. There was no traceable contact back to Leadership Jackson, which I think is a testament to not only the participants, but also the work that Brandy and Russ and I were able to do to be able to keep people safe. We were able to use some new venues to allow for the social distancing.
Yeah.
So one of the things of this year, we will be able to go back in some of the tours. We'll also be able to use some of the other venues that are a little bit smaller. So we're really looking forward to this year.
Well, awesome. That's awesome. The voices in my head are telling me we got to go to music. So we're going to thank you guys both for being here. Look forward to hearing more about class 21. We're going to turn over the main stage to LOLO.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
They told you to buy a house, but if you buy a house, then you need a family. If you have a family, better have a degree to get a job. I know a lot of people with a lot of those things, with a lot of problems, but they still tell me that's what'll make me happy. But they don't know what makes me happy, 'cause when they're saying that the grass is greener, has a white picket fence, but tell me where's the yellow brick road? Oh, oh, oh. And I don't want to feel bad for dreaming, even if I fall off by my feet and do it on my own. So tell me where's the yellow brick road? Oh, 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 oh. They can show you where the door is, but when you walk through, you gotta walk alone. They say the path is golden, but only if you're willing to settle down. I know a lot of people who look back now and wish that they could and turned around, and I don't want that to be me. I let the voice in my head lead me, 'cause when it's saying that the grass is greener, has a white picket fence, but tell me where's the yellow brick road? Oh, oh, oh. And I don't want to feel bad for dreaming, even if I fall off by my feet and do it on my own. Oh, so tell me where's the yellow brick road? Oh, oh, oh. When they're saying that the grass is greener, has a white picket fence, but tell me where's the yellow brick road? And I don't want to feel.
Say it and see it with voice control. Find your favorites faster across live, recorded, and streaming TV. Movies, shows, news, sports, music are just a voice command away. Show me action movies. Just for kids. Every result personalized based on viewing habits and time of day. Say it, watch it. It's that easy. with the power of voice control.
Need to check your bill balance? Set a payment extension. Get outage notifications. With JEA, it's easy. Text. When you enroll in JEA alerts, you open all those possibilities. To enroll, text JOIN, J-O-I-N, to 53248. Text JOIN to 53248. If your cell phone number is current, two-way texting is yours. Real-time communication, direct customer service with JEA today.
I'm Mark Taylor. I'm the owner of Renew Biomedical Services based out of here in Jackson, Tennessee. We're a provider of biomedical services for medical professionals. At Renew Biomedical, our use of telecom is of utmost importance. We have to reach our customers in a timely fashion so we can diagnose and service their equipment needs. So E+ Broadband allows Renew Biomedical to connect effectively with our customers in whichever way they choose, via email, phone, Skype, teleconferencing, in any way you can imagine.
Sorry. That happens with Zoom all the time. Hey, you're muted. Welcome back to Six in the City. We're going to talk to Elaine Christian, who is World Traveler, but she is going to have an event for the Jackson-Madison County Library Foundation, and it's called A Spiritual Journey to the Himalayas. Welcome to the show, Elaine.
Thank you, Cassandra. It's nice to see you. You're doing a wonderful job. I've been watching as I've waited.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's different not having your cohort here, but he'll be back next week, so we'll get back to normal next week.
Back to normal, sure.
Yes, definitely. So what have we got going on? How are we going to get to experience the Himalayas?
Well, I tell you, you know I'm passionate about the library, and I would stand on a street corner and just talk if people will give money to the library. So this is going to be kind of cool. This will be the third presentation that we've structured like this on some of the travels that I've taken. We did one on the 7 Wonders of the World. Yeah. We did one on an Africa trip, and this was my most recent trip. I went in 2019, kind of before COVID, was in the late in the year, and it was a really spiritual journey for me. You know, I'm a recent widow, and Daryl and I had traveled extensively, and you know, after he passed away, I just couldn't move forward, and so after he'd been deceased for a year, I thought he would be so mad at me. He would want me to just like take a step forward. So that's when I decided to take this trip. And it's a pretty extreme trip. And it was the first time I'd ever traveled as a solo, because Daryl and I had always traveled together. So I booked the trip. I was with a group, but I had not met any of these people yet, but came home with a bunch of really good friends.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you made lots of. How long were you there?
Well, it was 30 days in the Himalayas. Okay. And I started in Bhutan and then also in Nepal and finished up in Tibet.
Oh, wow.
Which is the roof of the world. It's a very mystical and magical place. Just a phenomenally beautiful country and warm and welcoming people, very safe.
So how are we going to get to be able to experience that? What have you got going on for the library?
Well, I have a PowerPoint with some really cool photos, and I actually bought myself a new camera for this trip that could kind of zoom in with this vast landscape. So I have a PowerPoint and just want to share some of my experiences of trekking. And I had 6 nights without electricity, trekking from lodge to lodge. And I was telling Thomas about it. I said it was camping, but it was also kind of glamping because it was staying in a tent and it did have a floor. So, but still, it's very rustic in those areas and very steep. But it was just treated so well, and the countryside is so beautiful.
And this is coming up. This is coming up on June 28th, right?
Yes, June 28th. Call the library 425-8600 for tickets.
So we do need to get tickets for it.
Yes, or a reservation.
Okay.
The food will be really, really wonderful. Dr. Susan Francisco is arranging for the food, and she is a gourmet cook. But it's just a way to give back to the library.
And tickets are how much, Elaine?
They're $40. Wine pairing and heavy. It'll be enough for a meal.
Okay, heavy hors d'oeuvres and wine.
Heavy hors d'oeuvres and wine.
All right, get your tickets in $40 for the ticket, and all the monies go to the Madison County Library Foundation.
It does. And wow, what a difference the foundation makes. The
So
foundation,
for people who don't know, tell us a little bit about the foundation.
yes, the foundation supports the library. We're kind of the fundraising arm. And if you've ever been out to the North Branch, you'll know every piece of furniture, every computer, every chair, every shelf was bought by the foundation. So we get operating funds from the city and county, but that does not meet our need. So we try and do little things to raise money to be able to furnish the library and support their programming.
All right, so we need to call the library if we want tickets to see A Spiritual Journey to the Himalayas. It's coming up June 28th at St. Luke's Episcopal Church. It's at 5:30 and it will be at Parish Hall. You can get tickets by calling 425-8600. Elaine,
Yes.
thanks so much for being here and for talking about this. And I know this will definitely be an event that most folks will definitely not want to miss. It'll be a great
Well,
opportunity.
you're very kind to have me on, and thanks so much.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much. When we come back, we're gonna talk with Kristen and Chris Gray about Relay for Life. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Six in the City.
When I heard the word leukemia, I was terrified.
Thanks. Right here in West Tennessee, people are fighting for their lives.
Even though you know they're taking chemotherapy and they got a long road ahead, if they can maintain their smile and their energy, it makes it a whole lot easier.
That's why platelets are so vital. Wendy's blessed. Her son survived.
There's only one place to get platelets, and that's from people like you. Please give.
Doing what's never been done. The American Public Power Association includes over 2,000 local public utility systems. Over 15 years, the APPA has presented RP3 awards, recognizing system reliability, safety, workforce development, and improvement. JA in 2020 not only received the top-level Diamond RP3 award, it was presented to JA for the 7th time. No utility has been so recognized. Honored public power, another part of JEA today.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back. Before we get away and before we get to talk to Kristen and Chris, I did want to mention that the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame is coming up this Saturday on ePlusTV6, and it's going to be replayed. So visit ePlusTV6.com for the schedule. And also the Miss Tennessee Scholarship Pageant is being replayed on ePlusTV6. So be sure to tune in to that. And now back to the business that we have at hand. So we're going to talk to Kristen and Chris Gray. They are the co-chairs of Madison County's Relay for Life. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, ma'am. How are you guys doing?
Great.
All right. Everything is going well. So tell us a little bit about Madison County's Relay for Life event that's coming up.
Sure, I'll take that. So I guess a little bit, like everybody's saying on other segments, last year was a curveball to say the least. And so this year we are going to have Relay for Life, and we're actually going to have the event. We're very, very excited about that. A little tidbit about the Madison County relay. It's been the top relay in the state of Tennessee and one of the top in the Southeast region for years. A lot of credit to Amy Morris for that. She does a fantastic job with it. She's coordinated it for this year. We're going to be at the Farmers Market on July 23rd. And it just so happens
Friday, July 23rd.
It is. And it coincides with the second summer event concert of the concert series of the AMP.
Okay.
And so Bees will be there. It's a free concert. So relay starts at 6, and then the free concert with the King Bees will be immediately following at 7:30. We'll have a lot of the volunteers out there cooking. It's socially distanced, but they'll be cooking and selling food to help raise more money to fight cancer. And so we're excited about this year's event.
Well, it sounds like a 2-for-1 event because you get not only do you get Relay for Life, but then you also get the Killer Bees concert at the AMP. So are we still doing the true relay at Relay for Life?
We're not going to this year. What we're going to do instead of the laps or walking downtown, we're putting a major focus on the Luminaria bags. And Chris will talk a little bit about that too. But in short, you can Google Jackson, Tennessee Relay for Life. And for $10, you can purchase a Luminaria bag. So think of just a little bag with a candle or a light inside of it, where you can remember somebody that lost the fight that you want to honor, or you can honor somebody that's continuing the fight against cancer. And our hope is that all of the farmers market and that whole area down there will be very, very well lit. You can also go to relayforlife.org/Madison, Tennessee. It is important to do the TN piece there because there's a Madison relay in upstate New York, and we love them, but we're trying to fight for our Madison County.
So now, Kristen, will there still be a Luminario, I guess, service, like we've always had before?
So we're doing a Luminaria Shine Bright and Keep the Fight.
Okay.
And that's at 9 o'clock. And you will be able to purchase Luminaria bags there at Relay. We encourage you to go ahead and do it online because you want to honor and in memory of loved ones. That's why we Relay is in memory of my dad who died of cancer when I was 20, and then my mom, in honor of my mom. She's a melanoma survivor recently. So the Luminaria bags play a large role in what we do to honor those and to remember those. And so I encourage you to go online and participate in that, or come down there on the night of the relay and get one and help us shine bright and keep the fight.
All right. So ways to get involved. You can come down to the event, which is at the farmers market. It's going to be Friday night, July the 23rd. And you said the celebration starts about 6 o'clock. Is that right?
That's correct. We'll start at 6, and then the concert's at 7:30, and then the Luminaria shine the light, shine bright, keep the fight. Will be at 5.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks so much for being on the show, you guys. Good luck with the Relay for Life and as co-chairs, and we look forward to seeing you and raising a lot of money for the American Cancer Society. So we appreciate that, and we're going to take it to, good Lord willing, we'll see you next week. We're going to take it to the main stage and let Lolo take us out.
Thanks for having me. It's been nice chatting with you.
It's been awesome having you here. We're so fortunate.
This song was written by a dear friend of mine, Garrison Starr, and she wrote it for her grandfather who lost his cancer battle a few years ago. So it's called The Train That's Bound for Glory. There is a train that's bound for glory, and no one knows when it will come. But when it does, I will be ready, and I will meet my Lord above. And when I hear that whistle blowing, no longer will I roam. Oh, and the train that's bound for glory is called